Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all will be doing well here at your respective places. Our today's topic is employee participation. What is meant by employee participation and why we need it in today's organization and why it's a burning issue? The reason is that the world has reached to a stage where there is no other way but to involve people in the decision making process. As in free market economy, or the institutions which work in free market economy, democracy is the first. And then if we see the business organizations, public limited company, so public limited companies are made by shareholders and all decisions are implemented in the company with the consent of shareholders in the annual general meeting. So if you allow your employees to participate in the organization, they will own the organization, one thing, and the other, and they will feel they will be cleared about their goals. The third thing is that they will own the decision. The fourth thing is that they will be committed to achieve those goals. The fifth thing is that it will create a trust among the management, the top management and the lower management, which is very useful for the best operations of the organization, or in other words, for the effectiveness and efficiency of organization. I can now show you guys some slides which will clearly show how you can operationalize the process of participation. Here we see that the boss has come to the production floor. While the workers are talking to him, they all are happy, and their bodies shows that there is a level of trust between them. So definitely it will increase their efficiency, their productivity and commitment, and they will feel that they are important for the organization. Here we can see that employees are engaged in a way that it is a sort of quality circle in a pharmaceutical company, and they are talking about the different issues regarding the quality and giving their solutions. It's the concept first used in Japan by Professor William O'Shea in Theory Z of Management, in which really increased the quality levels of Japanese product along the globe. Now only German products can compete with Japanese products. In the next slide, we see how the diverse force can come together with different colors, races, and religion, and they make a team. And that team is due to participation. It inculcate the feelings or the concepts of the concept of creativity and innovation. So hope students you have clearly visualized from the different pictures that how much is important the employees participation in the today's organizations, and how it can change the outlook and the performance of organization. There are different ways how employees can be engaged in they should be a concept of participation कि तमाम जो workers हैं वो participate करें. The first thing is job enrichment. You give them enrich their job, make their job challenging, make their workplace smart, make their workplace a nice place, make their workplace where employees have trust on each other, they are helping towards each other, towards the top management and the lower management. Enhance worker motivation. If you increase the participation of all the employees in the decision making, it will definitely increase their motivational level. They will feel they will feel important. They will contribute. They will own things. In this way, they will move forward in the forward direction. Like in Pakistan, we see the example of Pakistan Tobacco Company, Unilever, or what we call the Lexan, Philippine Morris. And there are so many other organizations where due to participation their performance has increased very much high. Industrial democracy, as I have told you that all the organization aimed free market economy, they move around the concept of democracy. In late 80s or after the Second World War, when the old world was divided into economic blocks, the planned economy, which was led by Soviet Union, and the open market economy, which has been led by the USA and its allies UK. In UK, there was a trend towards unionization, that the workers should be given the right that they should make unions within the organization, within the factories, and in those unions there will be some representatives, leaders of the union, who will talk to the management on their issues. So it was a sort of indirect representation of the total workers with the management. But it was compulsory because the West was afraid of the very fast surge of socialist economies creeping the Eastern world, and they have almost reached to Germany. Half Germany has been controlled by the Russians, or it was a planned economy, while the West Germany was a free, like North Korea is planned and South Korea is a free market. So you can understand the things in this way. Now moving to the Bullock, what in his report it give incentives, compel the government that organization must have the labor union within their tiers. While the labor government believes in collectivism as compared to the conservative government, new liberal agenda of Thatcher has changed the things. In the late 80s, it was very much evident that the planned economy or the Soviet model will fail, and it failed in 1991 with the collapse of Russia, and Margaret Thatcher led the deregulation, privatization, liberalization of their economies, and new institutions were made on free market economies. There was direct participation of employees with the management rather than the medium of union was involved, because when there comes a medium, that creates problems for the management as well it creates problems for the workers. There is mistrust due to the union leaders between the management and the workers or the employees at large. The focus again shifted from collectivism in post-19 era to individual employee. The whole philosophy was managerial-led, often from outside the institution of industrial relations. The rationale for rationale for employee participation stressed direct communication with individual employees. Means the role of union has been marginalized in post-1990 era. There were bans on the trade unions because many industries and many businesses were not functioning well due to the labor unrest in the mind of government in many and many businessmen. The problems is greatly created by the union leaders. So they move towards participation of employees, but in a direct way. Marginalized trade unions influence when the relation between the employees and top management has bypassed the trade unions, a direct relation, so it improved the relation between the employees and the top management. Now come to globalization and market liberalization was the trends in post 91 era, and still they are the trends. But we didn't know, boys or students, what will happen after the COVID-19. It will really change and reshape the whole world institutions, as we have seen that Chinese have started doing business in their own currency and instead of dollar, which will really have a long-term effect on the trade of the world, the political, economic situation in coming days. This way, the objective of employee participation can be seen as unitarist in approach, often moralistic in tone, predicted on the assumption that what is good for the business must be good for the employees. A moralistic assumption made by the free market economist. The political parties, the Conservative Party, the Democrats in USA, while in parties like Muslim League Nawaz and the rightist, they believe that what is good for the business will definitely good for the employees. So the union role should be restricted. Union should be curtailed, while there should be direct relation between the employees and the managers on individual level, and make such schemes where trust develop between the employees and the management, and their problems come to the floor, for discussion. Next slide, we will discuss 21st century saw legal pre-regulation. Laws have been changed in two ways. Those policies that directly affect employee participation, the divorce directive itself, for example, and those then indirectly alter the environment in which employees' participation operates, the competitive environment. So the policies have changed in Europe and America in what way? The directive itself, more participation for employees, teams, health, environment, safety committees and teams, quality teams, and other teams, the organization which enabled the managers and employees to sit together and resolve the business issues in a more appropriate way. Okay, post-privatization legal framework is very much different than the pre-privatization. If we see in Pakistan, WAPDA or state mill are the few organizations which is owned by the state, but majority of the organization which was previously owned by the state have now owned by the private owners. In their performance has improved. A systematic use of management chain has been reported as one of the most frequent methods of communication between employer and employee. Yeah, there is a systematic chain. Different forums within the organizations. You see that the production manager talk to assistant managers and the supervisors and the workers on the production floor. There are offices or conference room along the production floor. If you see PTC, you will find them, and there they sit and have a cup of tea and discuss the issues coming to them regarding the quality, regarding any other issues, and they sit together and resolve them. Regular meetings between managers and employees create. The basic objective is that the medium between the top management and the lower management, which was union, it has been gradually sidelined. While there is direct relation between the top management and different tiers of the organization, middle, lower, supervisory and workers. So in this way, the employee participation has become a regular practice of all the organizations around the globe. If you see Toyota, they have the quality circles concept came. In Germany, again, quality circle. In America, which is highly individualistic, but again, employees' participation has increased. And this is the way. The only few countries are like China, where the participation is there, but it has many restrictions. North Korea, China, countries like that. Even you may call Saudi Arabia in it. So how many there are, how you will involve, how you guys will involve the employees in decision making, problem solving teams, quality circles, task-based participation, teamwork, representative participation. All these are the different methods. Problem solving in quality circles are almost very near. The problems come and how they will be solved, mutually between the management and the workers. Quality circle, the quality issues. China products are that much quality centered as Japan has, because Japan has adopted the Six Sigma quality standard, while Chinese didn't have that standard yet. They have to go towards that standard in the coming years and make more participation of the workers. But in a centralized economy, it's not very easy, because all the things in China has been guided and directed by the central government, the Communist Party, the Politburo. Teamwork. Teams are made and there is competition among the team. In PTC, there are different production teams. Let's say Jaguar team and Kushal team, and how they have a competition on the production floor. The first 8 hours one team work, and the next another team, and then they are compared for their work, the quality problems, the wastage, and the output. These are different aspects of the participation or team itself, teamwork. Representative of the people the employees, they met with government officials as well as with the management of the team, meaning interpretation of how participation can impact organizational stakeholders. You can see that those organizations which are totally bureaucratic, they are not learning organizations. They didn't develop with passage of time. New technology comes, new ways comes, but they very lately adopt those. They are stagnant organizations, like the one I have worked in, associated industry, which makes shamagi. The mill has been made from the last 50 years. First, it was owned by the government in 92-3. It was owned by private owner, but the things are not moving in forward direction because it is a stagnant organization. They want to take advantage of the old machinery and with few modification, few modernization, while they still have the old bureaucratic way of doing things. Worker participation, these things are not very much encouraged here. On the other hand, if we see PTC, they have a giant leap towards the workers' participation, and that is why they are the market leaders in Pakistan in terms of sales and in terms of profits and in terms of quality. It is difficult to determine a cause and effect relation between participation practice and organizational financial performance. Refers to benchmarking of assessing the data to start making, i.e. to start the participation process within the organization, before and after, what changes they have brought in the organization before the program was implemented and when it was implemented afterwards. So there is the organizational financial performance. There is not only the one variable which influence the performance, workers' participation. There are so many other variables like machinery, like the skills of the workers and the managers, the commitment from top management, while the marketing tools, the industrial position, all these can affect the financial performance, but workers' participation, employees' participation is very important aspect in all the other aspects which has a cause and effect relation between the performance. Okay, thank you students. We will further elaborate in the live session with you, inshallah ta'ala. Go through it, go to your books, the e-books you have with you, come up with some smart questions and queries so that we have a very fruitful discussion in the live session. Thank you very much. See you inshallah ta'ala.